Good evening, my friends, and greetings from Cairo in Egypt. I am just arriving in this city, and we are for quite a long time already driving in this city on the streets of Cairo, and it is quite an interesting impression, I would say. It is really big. Like, I have been in the big European cities like Rome and Barcelona is even nothing. London is bigger, and even the biggest European city, Moscow, doesn't seem so big if you look here. This city is really big, properly really big. As far as I understand, it's the sixth biggest city in the world and the biggest in Africa, and it is something a little bit more than 21 million people living in this city. And we're literally driving and driving, I don't know for how long, more than an hour for sure, and we're still not yet there. It's huge. Okay, now we got into traffic jam, and it's a very small street, like the biggest which I saw. So that's the driving. The biggest which I saw was 9 lanes in each direction. Imagine that. I haven't seen it yet. 9 lanes in each direction. Imagine 18-lane highway. And that was just one of Cairo's big roads. Amazing. And also, I notice it's very interesting driving style on the streets of Egypt. People don't look on these markings of lanes too much. Even here you see, technically, it's a 2-lane street, but there, like, this bus is kind of going half middle, but there you see it's 3 lanes of cars, and it has been so all the time, and that's how they drive. If there is space for 3 cars, who cares about that marking of that middle which says it's only 2-lane street? And even when they drive in all kinds of directions. Like, they don't look on these markings of the lanes. They don't use the indicator that there will be the blinker for the turning, to go from one lane to another. They just go half lane there, and cross in all kind of directions, and people are overtaking on the right side, and all these kind of stuff which in Europe you wouldn't see. And yeah, it's up to you to make conclusions. What do you call it? Messy driving, unorganized, undisciplined driving, or just freedom-loving, free-flow driving? But everybody seems to be happy, and everybody seems to be well with this kind of setup, and it seems to be working quite nicely. I kind of almost remember my Uganda days when I was in Uganda, especially in Kampala, the biggest city, the capital. There weren't too many traffic lights, and even where there were traffic lights, they weren't really looking on those lights. And when I was kind of jokingly asking my Boda Boda driver, the motorcycle taxi driver, you probably don't look on those lights too much, don't you? Do you? And he was laughing back and saying, no, there are more important lights to look at, and they are these ones which are going ahead, like opposite direction to you. You have to look on these lights. And it was in the big intersection where everybody was going in all directions, And the motorcycle was very small in the middle of all these cars and very risky, of course. And he was navigating that, and he said, look at those lights. That's what you want to see. Don't look at traffic lights. It's not important. Who cares? So that was Uganda driving. Here it's not so much African driving. It's not that kind of level. It's much more organized and civilized. But still, you see all these things. Even now we have a car. Okay, now we are changing, but we were kind of driving in the middle row, middle lane, where there's only 2 lanes technically, theoretically. But yeah, these are my kind of first impressions about Cairo, and we'll see what more impressions we'll be getting here. I'll show them to you, and I'll let you make your own conclusions too. What do you think about this city? I think it will be quite an interesting experience. Shukran. So friends, I just got out of the bus in Cairo, and this is the very center of Cairo, Tahrir Square, I think it's called. And from here I will be going to see where my hostel is. Now will be a challenge to find it. I have a suspicion that it won't be that easy, but we will see. This is funny, my friends. It is not Tahrir Square where I am. I told you something which isn't true. I was looking on my map before getting out of the bus, and I saw that it is a big kind of intersection which is very close to my hostel, well, relatively close, and I jumped out. But either this wasn't the last stop of the bus, or they changed their plans, I don't know. But in any case, this is not Tahrir Square. This is another place, but that's fine. I'm perfectly happy with it anyway, because I'm even a bit closer to my hostel than Lala, shukran. Taxis everywhere offering their services. So yeah, this will be even closer to where I need than a Tahrir Square, even though I don't know what to call this place. But I don't care. As long as I see on my map where I am and I know where I have to go, that's all I'm interested in. Another first impression about this city: these guys are using their horns. Where there are many cars, you almost constantly hear somebody beeping in one place or another. That's how they drive. I remember when I was in Florida, it wasn't a huge big city, but quite some city, not exactly town. And yeah, I should have, but let's better not risk. That was actually quite some trick to pass this place. And it took me a good while because the cars are going, you see, non-stop. And this is a small street, it's not a big thing. And this was only the last kind of place which was difficult. That part was quite easy. And there was a traffic policeman, you can see him waving there. I was standing right beside him. He was there and I was waiting and looking And then I noticed there is half dead zebra here, which nobody sees and cares about. So guys, if you see or know that you are crossing over zebra and you are safe because of that, think again. And it was really tricky. I should have filmed it, how I jumped between the cars. Yeah. So, what I was left saying, when I was in Florida, in one of, not the biggest cities, but kind of substantial sized city, and the local person, she was driving us around in one day, and we noticed that everybody is so polite and so relaxed and peaceful and easygoing, and everybody let everybody else ahead, and that kind of attitude. And by that time I was living in Latvia, so it was even more of a shock to me, because Latvia is kind of post-communist country where people have to use their teeth and elbows to get ahead somehow. It's not so relaxed and kind and helpful society. So, and I was kind of wondering, and we were making jokes about many things, and one of the joke I said to that driver, I said, you guys probably don't have horns in your cars, the beepers, how do you call it in English, yeah? Because I never hear you using these things. And she smiled and she said, oh, no, I'm definitely sure there must be a horn in my car, but I'm just not exactly sure how to use it. So yeah, that was very extreme end of the scale. The other end of the scale, where nobody uses horns. Here is, well, it's not exactly India, but you see and feel the guys are using their horns and they're squeezing ahead. People won't let you pass so easily, so you have to watch around and you have to see what's going on. It's definitely not the best idea to walk around Cairo looking in your phone. You have to be looking where you're going and who is running over you. And it is kind of nice in terms that you get more reality. Like, you are not so protected and padded from all the sides as in Europe, for example, or in America, that you feel detached from reality. Here you have contact with reality, which is nice in some way, I would say. But yeah, I'm just rambling about my first impressions, being first 10 minutes out of the bus. It's too early to say and make any conclusions about anything, of course. But yeah, I'll take you along with me, if you agree, on this journey of exploring Cairo. Wow, look at this. Look at this, guys. But that's not camel, that's horse. But still, imagine how it is to use a horse on this kind of traffic. Wouldn't be the easiest of all things which I could imagine myself doing. Yep, and here you see reality. People are fixing their cars in the middle of streets of Cairo in the night. No need for any barriers or lighting or protection or whatever. High-vis jacket, health and safety regulations. What's that? Just you have your engine broke down and you have to repair it. You do it wherever it broke down. شكرا. This is what you call traffic. It really reminds me of Kampala in Uganda. I remember when we are sitting in Uganda, in the center of Kampala, in some traffic jam of kind of similar, but it was terribly hot with equatorial sunshine. It felt like you're on a frying pan. Shukran, shukran. And they're saying welcome, welcome. Nice people. And there, yeah, we were sitting in a traffic jam, and there was a policeman, and we were asking how long will this take, when we will go finally, because we were literally standing in one place without moving for a long time on that frying pan. And that policeman looked at us and he said, here you'll go tomorrow. Don't even hope to move soon. So yeah, this place is kind of reviving my 13 years old memories from Uganda. Okay, I have to look around, look in my map and see where should I go, because I should be somewhere close. I really did go one street too far. That's where I had to turn. Remember these bakery stuff? I had to turn here instead of going straight. And this really is souk. That's fantastic, because my address is Souk Al Tawfikia, and souk means what's in English? What is it in English? I forgot. Market. That's the word. Souk means market. So it is nice. I just need to find number 4 in this souk, which might not be that easy. And I know that this hostel isn't kind of a big thing, it's just on the 5th floor, some small apartment converted into a hostel. I think it might be somewhere near here, but let me check on my map again. No, friends, this again one street too far. Let's go back here. Yeah, good luck finding number 4. Where do you see any numbers here? I was thinking maybe this is street. No, this is just a shop. Is this? This might be. I think this might be the one. Let's see. Do I see any number 4 here? Not really. I even would recognize it, how it's written in Arabic, if I would see number 4. But I don't see it. Aha. The hostel name is Safari, or Safari, and I think that one is no. Hello. I was thinking, but no, it's something else. Although I would have to go back and see probably once again to see, because somebody was asking me something. I think he wanted to sell me something. So probably not the right thing to have now. I'll have a look again on my map where I am. Yeah, it feels like it should be somewhere here by the map. Let me see again if I can see anything like number 4 or something. Oh, that's an internet cafe. But I might just go in and ask, I think. If somebody speaks English, it should be possible. Marhaba, كيف حالك? Is number 4 here? Hostel Safari. Safari. Do you know the place?
Safari Hotel.
Yes. Number 4, Souk El... How? Tofei? Tofei. Do you know where is number 4, Arba? Left? Left. Okay, this house. Shukran jazilan, shukran. The man liked my bottle and bag, sausage bag setup. He said it's very cool. Okay, somebody likes that too. So he said somewhere the same house. Let's see, maybe this door. This door might be a good... Yes, I see already, my friends. Okay. It wasn't that difficult actually. I was thinking it will be crazier. You see. Look at what kind of cool lifts they have. That's something amazing. Is it built in the times when British were still ruling here? That's amazing. Such an open plan thing. But yeah, probably it isn't working for who knows how many years. That's another hotel which I don't need. That's cool. What do you think, friends? Would you be afraid coming into such places in late evening in a strange city of 21 million people? That's mad. That's impressive. But the main thing is, the house is still standing and seems to be quite stable. And if it stood here for so many long time, so many years, just as I say it, no, should be fine. Should be fine, my friends. And there's another hotel, not even a hostel. Yep, this will be mine. What does it mean? Does it mean here? Or does it mean here? Let's see. It does mean here. Yep. Very top of the building. Cool. I'm home, my friends. What do you think, my friends, about walking a little bit around in Cairo center and see what this city is like? It's quite lively. I think you wouldn't be complaining about lack of life in this city. What do you think? Let me see. I would be happy to get on that bridge somehow, but I'm not sure how and if it is possible. Let me see. Let me see. Even here you see, I was trying to do it discreetly, but I wonder, were you able to see the checkpoint Well, not even a checkpoint, just a military man standing and watching how things are going on. They're everywhere here, even in Cairo. Okay, this is a little bit more wider, more spacious. The previous quarters were very cramped, very dense. This one is a little bit... Okay, I think I see ahead something like viaduct, which probably should get me on that upper level. What I want to do, I want to get on that higher bridge type, viaduct type road and to walk over Nile on the island, on that side of the river Nile, the biggest fork of the river. But I have to see if it's possible. Maybe that's only for motorists and not for people like me. Then we'll find another bridge. I like this situation, this setup, when I don't have to be somewhere, when I can just walk around and see what's going on, get some impression, some feel about how things look here. Wow, wow, there's a church even. That's unexpected. I know that there is a historical Coptic church, Coptic Orthodox church, extremely old and different tradition, slightly different, well, quite different than all the other Orthodox churches. They have been going their own route. So I know that they're based in Egypt, and that's where they are and have always been, despite Egypt being a Muslim country. But yeah, I don't know anything more. Let's see later. Maybe we can, or should we do it now? Okay, let's do it now, whatever we can do now, and not put it off for tomorrow. What we can do now. Let's go and see if it's open, if we can get in, if we can see anything more. What's the story there? Like, it's something unexpected. I didn't expect it to be there. Although I did see in map there was some other big church as well. So this is not the only one for sure. This is not simple, but we can navigate it still. Wow. They have such a serious guard. Oh, it's a Catholic church even. No? Okay. Okay. That was quite serious. You saw what kind of guards they have, with all the armed soldiers and bulletproof shields where they can hide behind. And when I thought, that's the most... I saw that they were looking at me, and I tried to make the most innocent tourist face I can make and pretend I'm taking pictures of the church, tourists looking around. And as soon as I got my phone up, they immediately shouted and showed me with signs to get lost, that it's not allowed. Crazy. I wonder what's the story. And you see, they have Ladas here. The Zhiguli cars, or Lada as they call in English often. Quite often I see them in Egypt. And the old Fiats of the same era, the same design. Fiats were the ones which Ladas were copy-pasted from, basically, to say it very simply. So yeah, it was interesting. I wonder what's the story. I can imagine that there could be some terrorism threats against churches. And you see again one Lada. against some churches could be some terrorism threats, and they might need some more heavy security there. But I didn't expect it could be so crazy that even a tourist is not allowed to take a photo of it. What do you think, guys, about this? Isn't this cute? The guy didn't want to be filmed and photographed. I was showing him that it's a very cool thing which he has, but he said no, no pictures. Okay. I don't know why. Could it be the same story which I heard in Uganda when I was there some 12 or 13 years ago? When was it? Oh, that's cool. So I wonder, could it be the same story as in Uganda, which was there, that often people who were working or selling things there in the markets and so on, often they were illegal immigrants in Uganda, and because of that they were very scared to get on any film or picture, because then they could be tracked down and caught that they are in a country where they shouldn't be in, and they were very, very cautious about not getting photographed or filmed. Could this be the same? I don't know. Or what is it? Strange. These are my first kind of impressions and thinkings about what's going on in this country. Because Dahab, where I was, which is my only Egyptian experience besides Cairo, the first hours of Cairo, Dahab was a very touristy place. It was full of Westerners, so it wasn't really Egypt. So this is a proper Egypt, and it is different, and it is interesting to see how it works and how things are seen by people here. Yeah, not that I know it, I'm just wandering and looking around, and it's often the best. For example, if I would know, what do you think about that kind of street? If I knew that this church is prohibited to a picture, I wouldn't even try, because there were armed guards, and well, you don't want to go in any conflicts with those guys, I guess. And I wouldn't try even. Okay. You have to be vigilant when you cross the street. Forget about your knowledge in traffic laws. Just look what is happening. If somebody is running you over, most likely that's what is happening. Jump away. Well, you're still alive and healthy. If you want to stay that way. So, what I was saying, I forgot already, about the church. That you wouldn't see it, because I wouldn't dare to try to film it if I had information before I came here. But as I knew nothing, I was very ignorant, naive, and simple-minded, and I just went there, and my reactions were perfectly authentic, real, natural, and nobody was, they understood me. They understood that I'm a stupid tourist from West who doesn't know local things, how are working. Let me see if I can cross, if there is any space for a pedestrian or not. Kind of. So yeah, and result was that I got away with it. Well, of course, I can in that way. I already imagine what comments you will write after I'm saying this. that I can get into big trouble that way as well. Of course, I understand. I have to think with my head as well. But very often I can get away with many things just being foolish, unknowing, naive Western tourist who doesn't know things. And they understand and they forgive. As long as I am immediately obeying their gestures and showing thumbs up that, oh, okay, sorry, everything okay, I'm leaving. And then it's all good, and they didn't even understood that I was filming during doing these gestures. And that I made a sign, I made a view that I was about to take a picture, which I kind of didn't take because of their signs. But they didn't know that I was filming at the same time, and the result is there. You will see this, guys. Unless the footage gets confiscated later, which I hope it won't. Okay, I will stop here because I need to check my map and see if I need to take this funny pathway or no. Yeah, it really is tricky. This is a little bit better moment, but I wouldn't say it's ideal. But let's join the locals. And yeah, it worked. I was standing there for quite a while before it happened. It was full of cars all the time. Do you remember this place from yesterday evening? It was somewhere there, I think, behind that bridge where I got out of bus. And you know, guys, there is something very, very interesting. Today we have a few drops of water. I wouldn't dare to call it a proper rain, by no means, but a few drops of water came down after a long time. I don't remember how long. That reminded me how nice it is to be here in December instead of Northern Europe, where everything is dark, wet, cold and windy, or even snowy if you are not lucky. These guys don't know what is shower. Is it correct? Sahih? Well, I mean cat shower, of course, not the real water. They don't know either of them. I think I see something which I wanted to see. You see these stairs? That's exactly what I wanted. And that's on the shore of Nile. My friends, it is few more moments and I will, together with you, see River Nile for the first time. Well, not exactly first. I have seen Nile in Jinja in Uganda, where it flows out of Lake Victoria, but that's a little bit different Nile. This one is more serious stuff. After a lot more water was added to it. I was thinking that he was waving to me, but no, to the policeman for whatever reason. So yes, friends, I need to cross one more obstacle and then I can get on there, on those steps. Wow, do you see? River Nile. Well, these are driving quite fast and I still am not very confident how to do these things. In general, I see that when you are walking they kind of slow down for you, but I'm not sure how it works, because often I have seen that they just keep going. There's somebody local. Let's join. I can learn how these things are done. Like this, okay. It is kind of a little bit messy, but it works. Okay, guys. Let's go up the steps and look at the River Nile. This will be something, I assume. What do you think, friends? No, friends. No. This is huge. Wow, this is huge. It looks like it could be something like some 300 meters in width, like Daugava in Latvia. But Daugava, okay, it is in a wet country. But this one, guys, flows through the middle of desert, where it's a huge miracle if you get 3 drops of rain in long time. And this thing flows through it. Wow, I'm impressed. You know, I had once a classmate in one year-long course in Ireland from Egypt. He was from Egypt originally, and he kept saying Nile is everything for Egypt. Without Nile there would be no Egypt. It kind of resonates with me. Imagine this expanse of fresh water, and it's not salt water, it's fresh water, which simply flows through all the country in all its length for some good 1,000 kilometers, I think. That's why almost everybody in Egypt lives in the Nile Valley. Where else to live? Where else would you want to live? I wouldn't want to live anywhere else besides where the water of life flows. Imagine if this huge amount of fresh water flows through year long without any breaks. It must be the whole ecosystem is different here. Like, it is middle of desert, you don't get rains, which is nice, but you can still water your plants. And the groundwater levels are quite high, I guess, as well, because in this sand I can't imagine it would be anything different than what the level is in the water. It would be the same underground there. So if the trees has a little bit deeper roots, they should be more than fine with that, I guess. But I don't know, I'm just thinking now how it could be. I haven't read about this yet, but it's interesting. And yeah, and also you can dig wells and boreholes, or simply take water in a canal, or just suck it in a pipe with a pump. Oh, that's cool. And you can water your stuff, and you I was showing him that he has a cool horse and carriage, and this time this guy, but he's for tourists obviously, so he wasn't scared of being filmed. He was just smiling a little bit. And this is how the buses look. Why close the doors if you will have to open it later anyway? Nice, fresh air. In my childhood, sometimes bus driver let us go with open doors for a while as well. It was a great fun for us. But it was cold, unlike here. Yeah. Middle of Cairo. Somewhere there is Tahrir Square, which is Egyptian version of Times Square, as one local person described me. I'm not sure what he meant, but basically it's a central square, the central square. Yeah, and they have also their share of skyscrapers, but come on, this is 21 million city, more even. Of course they would have skyscrapers as well. One thing is a little bit surprising to me, like in this climate with fresh water, Why is this not full with reeds? They should be growing like crazy here. Why are they not? Anybody knows? It's strange. And all these Chinese motorbikes. I actually have a motorbike shop. I mean, where they sell, not where they repair motorbikes, just downstairs of my hostel. And I was asking these guys, they sell completely brand new motorbikes with 0 on their odometer, speedometer. How do you say it in English? Odos in Greek is road or way, so way measuring thing. So yes, and with complete 0 and on the odometer and odometer, probably that way how you pronounce in English. And complete brand new with all the stickers and everything. And I was asking you about them, and the two-wheeled ones are 150 cubic centimeters engine, and they cost 750 euros, converting from their money, from Egyptian pound. And the three-wheeled one is 200 cubic centimeters, and it costs, forgot already, a little bit more than 1,000 it was. So very reasonable prices, but I don't know about the names, because there were all kinds of Chinese brands, which none of them I know. So I have no clue which is reliable, which is useful, which is only for one-time use, like many things which are produced in China. But I know that many Chinese bikes are good and very, very economic. They don't drink a lot of petrol. 4-stroke engine, very economical. Cool. Imagine you are sitting in a traffic jam with a horse. Yeah, but these guys are used to it probably. Yeah, all these things about the motorbikes got me thinking about one more crazy idea. Remember when I saw camels, I started to think, could I travel with a camel? I found out from a local in Jordan that a good camel, real rideable camel, you see, I don't think you will be, can you see it? That guy on this three-wheeled thing, that was the thing. It is different brand, but the same kind of thing which I was talking about. So yeah, well, I was thinking about camels. Quite beautiful, isn't it? So I was thinking about possibility to get a camel and travel with a camel, which I know is completely crazy idea. One local Bedouin guy, he was also telling me that it is crazy, it's a lot of work and it's very slow, and I shouldn't expect any Western standards. Of course, obviously, what else? I wouldn't dare to expect it, of course. But he said that something like a little bit less than 2,000 euros would be price of a good riding camel. Well, he said normal camel, but with that normal he meant a decent, a good one. And then I found out that in Egypt there is a camel market in Cairo, which maybe I will visit. Maybe I'll take you guys with me there, we'll see. But that is mostly for meat camels, for not very useful camels. I wouldn't be able to travel with one of those guys. They're for meat. But those ones you can buy for a little bit more than 1,000 euros for one camel. So I have been contemplating every now and again about possibility to deliberately make one phase in my life a very slow one, kind of very meditative phase, very slow moving through deserts with camels. And Nile Valley could be ideal place where to start such a thing, because it would be very safe and comfortable in terms that it's a narrow valley. You have always go closer to Nile and get your camels to drink and to eat, and also you can always travel a little bit further away from Nile and get a proper desert experience without risking with being inexperienced with deserts, and that way you can kind of balance and find the ideal way how to travel. You know, guys, this alley must be called P-Town. I hope I'm not becoming too rude and too direct. I think I know why is the color different there. You know, I don't have a very good sense of smell. When I start to feel things, often many other people are passing out from the bad smell already. Well, I'm exaggerating, but here almost I was passing out from the smell of the P-Town. But don't get me wrong, guys, I don't call Cairo a P-Town, just that place. So that was kind of one idea which I'm still kind of contemplating and keeping in the back of my mind, that if I, depending on what is happening with all my other spheres in my life, areas in my life, if things align in such a way that it seems to be a good idea, who knows, one day I might get myself a camel and go with that guy. Okay, this was a good spot to cross. So, and look at this, friends. Look at this, friends. It's like a tropical forest. Can you tell that you are in the middle of desert where there is no rain? Completely nothing. Well, completely. There's nowhere where there's completely nothing. Atacama Desert even has some rain. Sometimes, some years. But you know what I meant. It doesn't rain here. Can you tell? By looking at this. This is what Nile does. Amazing, amazing. That's such an interesting combination. So huge river of inexhaustible water resources. You can water as much as you like. You could never empty the Nile. And it's in the middle of desert. Amazing, amazing. So, yeah. So that's one thing, one idea about these camels. Who knows? Like, if you know me by any stretch of the imagination, you could expect even so crazy things from me. But even I realize that it wouldn't be a straightforward thing, and I would need many things to align in my life in such a way that I really jump for something that crazy. But who knows, we'll see. While I'm in these countries, in this part of the world, everything can happen. And yeah, then I got another idea. These motorbikes. I couldn't say I'm a huge fan of motorbiking. It's not my absolute dream. I have had a few motorbikes in my life, mostly in my late teens. And I kind of understand what's involved with those things. It could be very efficient and cheap way how to travel, although not the most comfortable one. But that's another thing which I'm kind of starting to think. If it's only 7,500 euros, wow, look at this, friends. Can you tell you're in the middle of desert? Can you? Crazy. But what I was saying, that if it's only 7,500 for a completely new motorbike, but maybe for a decent quality one it wouldn't be the same price, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's clear that it is quite a reachable. That's crazy. Are these roots? Here they look like a trunk. There they look like an air root. You see, they're hanging down, finishing there. And these finishing there. And these look like a trunk. This is crazy. I don't know what this tree is even, but it's no big surprise. I don't know the plants, most plants which grow in this climate. I have no clue about them. I would recognize eucalyptus, couple kinds of palms, and that's it. And also Adansonia digitata, what was it in English? Baobab. I would recognize that one as well by leaves. I was trying to grow one once, but as you can imagine, that experiment didn't last very long in Europe, in Ireland. Yeah, friends, I was chatting and rumbling around about all kinds of crazy ideas that are going on in my mind, just to get you prepared, so you don't get too crazy shock if once you see a video uploaded in YouTube with the title that I got a camel or I got a motorbike and I'm intending to cross Africa from Egypt to South Africa with this thing, a camel or motorbike, whichever it is. But yeah, it's not very big possibility, not very highly likelihood. I wonder what is this? Is it a TV tower? I think this must be something which everybody must know from the postcards. Everybody except me. No need for taxi, sorry. I'm not the right person for taxi, man. Do you guys know what this is? Could be TV, but I don't know. Yeah, amazing Nile Valley with such a life and plant life in the middle of desert. And imagine it doesn't rain here. I still can't wrap my head around it. That you can have best of the both worlds. You have a climate where you don't need an umbrella and where the sun is shining all year round, and you have plants and you can grow all kinds of fruit trees, which is my dream in my long term, my older years in my life. So this is a really good combination. Impossibly good. It looks like some laurel almost, but I don't know. What is it? Guys, if any of you watching this, if you are a botanist enough to recognize these things, this tree, drop me a comment if you don't mind. What is it? Amazing. Something amazing. And this one looks properly like some tropical part of Africa. Who could imagine that we are in the middle of desert? Amazing. And you know what, guys? I'm sometimes funny, I guess. I was so overwhelmed with everything I see and telling you about all my thoughts that I forgot. I was asking, what is that tower? And I forgot that I have a map, I can look it up. And even Google, you know, even Google had it written. So, good enough. And it is called Cairo Tower. It's the highest tower in Cairo. And it has a revolving restaurant on top of it. And as far as I understand, it's just for beauty, inspired by a lotus flower design. And for viewing, having good views. And the entrance fee is 180 Egyptian pounds, which is something like, what, 11 euros, 12 euros, something in that neighborhood. So I know quite a lot already. And this took me about 5 seconds or 10 to find it out. Okay, friends, that's how things happen. Now we have seen last views of Cairo Tower. Now I can tell you, friends, I know what the name of this thing is. And you know as much as me or more, but definitely not less. Okay, friends, let's keep going. I want to go a little bit more towards south to the end of this island. We are on an island. We crossed the biggest fork, how do you call it, the biggest branch of Nile over that bridge, which was called, by the way, 6th of October bridge, if I don't mess it up. I think it was 6th of October, whatever it is. Sorry, dear Egyptians, I just don't know. I should have known these things probably, and I hope I don't make you feel how do you call it? It's not because of my pride that I wouldn't care about your history, dear Egyptians. It's just about my lack of time and adventurous attitude that I haven't read everything which I could read before I came here. So, yeah, that was the biggest branch of the Nile River, and towards west of us, towards there, is a smaller branch, and that means we are on an island. I wonder, do they sell something edible here? It is kind of time to have something in my belly, if it's possible. If not, I'll be like a camel. I can walk further and see if it's something later. Nah, it doesn't look like two edible things here. Half edible only. I'm not that desperate. Let's continue walking towards south. And I want to go to the end of this island, to the south end of this island. And I kind of have a suspicion that there might be some nice views there. Would you like to see it, friends? Raise your hands. Who wants to see the south end views of this island? Whatever this island is called. I need to look it up as well. And what do you think about this place, my friends? What do you think where we are? Oh, here we are. Funny. And this must be Saad Zaghloul statue. As if I knew who was Saad Zaghloul. Some politician? Looks more like a politician than a writer or philosopher. And yeah, there is something quite impressive as well. We are in quite central part of this city. I wonder what this is. How do you like this bus? Cool, isn't it? And in Egypt, things are very special. You see, the trees, they grow such a colorful, amazing bark. Isn't this beautiful? Naturally occurring. Pure nature. Nothing man-made here. Cool. Who could think of making a skirt for a tree? Like Belarusians and Pridnestrovians, and even in Caucasus I see people like to paint the lower part of the trunks white for whatever reason. But here they can make even a skirt for a tree. When should I run, my friends? What do you think? Behind that motorbike, what do you think? Should be good. That should work, and that did work. Perfectly fine. I wonder what is this kind of arc? What kind of triumph was there? Over whom and by whom? And when? And whose palace is here? There's somebody's palace, security and everything. I shouldn't be filming that probably. My map says that this is a palace of art and museum of modern Egyptian art, and opera house as well, and music library as well. So yeah, shouldn't be anything that dangerous. But here is a park which I was kind of hoping to get into, but I don't see any entrance, maybe from that corner. What do you think, friends? Yes? We should be getting in, and you can also read what is it, if you can read. Ah, ticket? Okay, sorry. I didn't know. I don't know if you heard that, guys. I was thinking, what is he saying? Check it. He was saying it for the other guy, but then after that to me as well. That was ticket. Okay. If it's ticket, let that be ticket. We'll look it from this side of the bars. We're not too far from the south already of this island. Look at this, my friends. Here is my old friend Mahatma Gandhi. Or I'm mistaken. No, it should be. Cool. And this is how it looks inside. Well, we don't have a ticket, don't forget that, guys. We are here. Could you ever imagine that this place is in the middle of desert? Cool. But yeah, here the green and the grass is such a rare thing that I'm not surprised that they asked tickets for something that exclusive, that special, that rare. You can come and have a picnic or whatever, spend the day in the park. And there you can have, oh no, it's a restaurant. I thought it's a boat tour or something. Yep, nice. Look at this, guys. What make of the car is it? Everybody who has been in former Soviet Union. What car is it? Of course, Zhiguli, Lada. Really? No. Like from the side. Literally. The doors, the handles, the wheels, all the chrome parts, everything is Zhiguli. Here, nope, not Zhiguli at all. The windshield is Zhiguli, but the nose, everything there, nope. Now you see where the Zhiguli was copy-pasted from. I have some little bit bad suspicion, my friends. I'm moving towards the south tip of this island, but I have a bad impression that we might have such properties by the guys who have paid for that land. And me, who hasn't paid for that land, might not get access to that beautiful views. We'll see in a moment. So what do you think, friends? It doesn't look very promising. Like you can see the Nile there. There is some hotel, probably parking clients. Well, friends, I think that will be the most which we will be able to see. And even then, I'm kind of feeling that somebody will come and chase me away, especially if they see that I'm filming. Sorry, my friends. All the good views are for the guys who live there, not for the guys who walk here. Let's see some other spots. I actually looked on the map and it showed that this road is a through road. It's possible to get through it. I was kind of put away by those guys. Did I show them long enough that you saw them? And then I went back, but then I looked on my map and I saw, no, it should be possible to go through. And I asked the guys, the security men, and they said, yes, you can walk through. Okay, let's see. We'll make a circle through all the southern part of this island, and at some point maybe we get some views. If not, we will at least see the other part of Nile, the small part of Nile. Whoa, people, dear people, look at what I found. This is crazy. You see that? Well, it's 24th of December, just in case you're wondering. So it's Christmas Eve today, which by the Latvians are celebrated more than the Christmas Day itself, by the way. So that kind of fits together. But in Egypt, in Muslim country, okay, this is a hotel for mostly Westerners, but still, I didn't expect that. Crazy. And look at this. It feels like you're in Portugal. Cool. El Jazeera Sofitel. Sofitel, I don't know, but El Jazeera is island. The island. But in Egypt, I think they pronounce it Gezira, not Jazeera. Even Jayid Jiddan. In Jordan, they say Jayid Jiddan, very good. Here in Egypt, they say Gayid Giddan. So here we come out of this hotel place. On the other security, let's switch off the camera. That's the Al Jazeera hotel from a little bit distance. And these other houses are on the other side of Nile already. And here you see Sheriff Transport. It feels like we are back in Pridnestrovia. If it didn't cause any giggles for you when I said it, I can recommend you watch my Pridnestrovien videos. Transnistria, Pridnestrovia. And here, friends, here is the other branch of Nile, which makes this place an island, Al Jazeera. Well, not the best view probably. Let's see some better views. Now, is this better? Slight bit better. Nice. This is the view towards east, towards the very central part, Tahrir Square. There was that statue I forgot already, not this one, but the far one, was that statue I forgot already, which I was showing you near the Opera House. And here is the western side of this island and the bridge over this small part of Nile. But you see, even this is big. Come on, guys. Even this much of water flowing through the middle of desert would impress me a lot. Like, this is a serious water. Let alone the other part, which was 3 or 5 times bigger than this one. Wow. What do you think, my friends? Are you impressed as much as me? Probably not. You can't be as much impressed through screen. You have to come here, guys. No, seriously. It's worth it. And it's not expensive at all. By the way, I'm paying for my hostel €3.44 per night. And that includes breakfast. Can you believe it? So come here, guys. Enjoy this place. View and experience this place. Oh, and this is a turn bridge. Yep. It can be turned to let the ships pass, the higher ships. Cool. I don't know if it still works, probably not. Yeah, it looks like it's not. But it certainly was some time ago. Yeah, cool. I like this place. You see, you can even enjoy windsurfing here. Is this cool or what? In the middle of desert. And not in a salty Red Sea. In fresh water. And properly warm fresh water. Which is warm all year round. It comes from Uganda, my friends, from equator. Yeah, it's strange to imagine how it is. It's the same river which I saw in Uganda, in Jinja, where it came out of Lake Victoria. And there it was very small. Well, it didn't feel small. Had that dry situation which was there. It wasn't desert situation, but still drier. But here, oh, this is something very different. I don't know, 10 times bigger. I don't know how to count it even. Huge. And through the desert. Complete desert. Yeah, I'm repeating that all the time, I know. But I'm just too impressed about it. It's something really amazing, properly amazing. Oh, and there are more windsurfers there. 2 more. Yeah, I like this place. Yeah, that's the thing which they sold near my near my home, I wanted to say. Oh, I wouldn't be. And that's another one. I wouldn't be wrong saying my home, my hostel. Yeah, people. I think this is how far I will go today. Sun is quite low already. And I still have some work to be done. I'll slowly go back towards my hostel, which is a good walk from here towards there. Speaking about Pridnestrovye, I just remembered this was almost how Lenin's head looked. It was worse in Riga's Lenin's head. All the bird poo, I mean. Again, if it doesn't make you smile, watch my videos about Lenin and Pridnestrovye. Hey friends, I just thought I need to boast a little bit about something. I discovered that I know how to read this. Metro. 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 They don't have O sound, they have U. The same way they don't have P sound, they have B. And also, like clear A sound, I think they don't have either. It's more like A, like wide A. For example, I saw Amazon advertisement in Egypt, and they were saying Amazon. Amazon. Oh, this is another thing. I have been thinking about using these things. That's amazing. Tuk-tuk from India. That's a cool thing for traveling as well, I think, and very fuel efficient. And you could probably build even some tiny quarters, cramped quarters for sleeping there even. I'm pretty sure. What do you think, dear horse? Is it true? I was thinking, if I would ever think about traveling with a bike, with a motorbike, especially through Africa, I would probably get some bike which is technically in very good condition, but visually it should look very beaten up, and with this delivery box, like pizza delivery, so that I blend better in the local culture, local landscape. Otherwise I would be too much already an eyesore and violence target possibly. But I definitely wouldn't want to look like a proper typical European tourist with super expensive motorbike and super expensive flashy bright gear hanging on all sides and directions, which literally screams, "Attack me, I'm full of money." I would try to blend in better probably, somehow, if it's at all possible. Maybe. I have crossed the island already, so I am on the very east side, and I am about to step on what is called Qasr El Nil Bridge. El Nil would be pretty self-explanatory. That's River Nile. What is Qasr, or who is Qasr? I have no clue. Qasr El Nil. Isn't this impressive, my friends? I don't know if you can get any feel of this majesty through the screen in the video. If you don't, just come here, you have to see it. That's something. And I see two boats with Latin sails. The first time in my life I see a real Latin sail in a real use. Properly sailing with Latin sail. Wow. And I think the third one, I don't see properly in my screen where I'm pointing, but I think it's there. Yeah, I think it was correctly where I pointed. That might be Latin as well, but I can't properly see. Yeah, probably is. The proper Nile view. I have read about these sails which they use in Nile. some good time ago I was studying all kinds of sails and types of sails, quite in depth, about thinking to re-rig my own sailboat. So I remember reading about these things as well. Nile. Without Nile there is no Egypt, my friend once said. Yeah. Egypt wouldn't be Egypt. It would still be there and people would live here. Not as many probably, but it wouldn't be that Egypt. No. Yeah, I like this place. Where else can you get cross of big city, big desert and big river? In fact, longest in the world. All in one spot. And perfect weather and climate. Yep. If the political situation would be a little bit more stabler, I would be tempted to think about this place as my potential base for buying some property, establishing orchard and settling down for the last years in my life. I know this video will be a mile long, but how can you not film such a beauty? Ah, friends, you have to come to Egypt. I don't know, I'm impressed. Look at this, my friends. In the middle of desert. I lost count how many times I said these words. Probably someone will say it and will keep reminding me in comments for 10 years. How disingenuous I am that I can't invent another set of words to put it in a sentence, repeating the same all the time. Yes, guys, come here, look at this and you'll do the same. That's amazing. One more last shot, guys, from here. And you see, I'm not the only one who thinks it's a beautiful place to sit, relax and enjoy the views. Well, I just said it meaning those chairs, but there are nobody sitting, so I might be the only one. Sorry guys, I am the only one who enjoyed. Well, besides you probably, since you're still watching. This is Tahrir Square, finally. Remember yesterday evening when I just came out of the bus? I said that I'm in Tahrir Square, and then I had to correct myself that it wasn't Tahrir Square. So this one is finally Tahrir Square, the Times Square of Cairo, as one Egyptian told me. What do you think, friends? Is it the Times Square of Cairo? Who is this man? Let's see. Can I read? Nathanael. Nathanael? 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 Sorry, I'm not as good in Arabic. And you see, they even try to grow these things and they even flower. Wow. Yep. Didn't expect that. Well, Times Square of Cairo. This is a good view, what do you think? It almost asks for a picture. Excuse me for a moment. I'm on the other side of the street already. Quite beautiful. And as far as I understand, that this is the very, very, very center of the Cairo city, of Cairo. Yeah, let's continue our walk to my hostel. These guys like AstroTurf as well, the artificial grass which gives that green feeling. It's funny how these horses sometimes play very loud music when they're driving. This one seems to be just radio, but there was another one who was playing a very loud Arabic disco music when going through the city. It looked cool. Beautiful sunset. That's a shot from the long distance. Yep, and we are going this direction. The evening is coming. You see, we have these friends here as well, not only in Yerevan in Armenia. And here also they have, well, some of them have these chips in their ears. Does it mean the same thing what it means in Yerevan, that they're homeless? Look at them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. One subscriber wrote a comment that I'm giving too much attention to dogs and cars. Well, friends, I give attention to whatever I find interesting. Take it or leave it, friends. I can't help you with that. And this place is called Talat Harb Square. No idea what it means, but it was shown on my Google map as something reasonably important, and it was exactly on my road to my hostel. Maybe Talat Harb was that person, whoever he was. Anyway, all the best to him and all this traffic. We keep going. It looks like we are almost home. Just around this corner will be my place. And yeah, it was a nice day. Well, I mean that part of the day which was I was outside. It was nice. Can't complain at all. And here is a mosque as far as I understand. And for those who don't get inside, they have space outside as well. You can pray for being outside. Yep, this is the place. Ah yeah, and by the way, these are the motorbikes which they are selling here. And this is my entrance. Welcome home. So my friends, I have just left my first hostel in Cairo after 2 nights there. But it's not exactly because it would be a very bad hostel, but because I already had found a better hostel, better deal, but that hostel was not available for the first 2 nights, and that was the reason why I chose. By the way, yeah, you know, my first hostel was in the middle of market, but it wasn't any problem at all. So yeah, the other one hostel, which I already found first, was only a slight bit more expensive. Instead of €3.44, it's something about €4 and a little bit few cents, I forgot what. So a slight bit more expensive, but not a big difference at all. But instead of a bed in a dorm room, I'm getting a separate room, and also I'm getting a very good breakfast instead of this breakfast, which was kind of a small breakfast. And therefore I'm moving there for the next 4 days. So I'll go to my next hostel, check in, leave my sausage bag, and I'll probably walk around a little bit. And I might walk around on my way as well, I'll see. I was thinking to cross the street through that underground pass, what do you call it, a tunnel, but it is also a metro, and it has metal detector, and I don't want to waste time waiting in the queue for metal detector. And yeah, this thing will work easily. So I didn't want to wait for the metal detector and take off my bags and my pocket belt and everything. So I just walked across the street and it worked fine. Can you friends tell me what is this? What is this shouting all about? Is it just a market where everybody tries to sell? That big noise kind of moved that way. I wonder what that was. Yeah, this place doesn't lack any life. Whatever it might lack, but not life and movement and action. You have to watch around all the time. The direction which I want is there. I forgot to show you my new hostel. It was funny. It was not so easy to find, but I'll show you later. I hope I remember it. But yeah, that is the next day. And actually, I forgot to tell you yesterday, Merry Christmas. Yesterday was the Christmas day. Today is 26th of December. I don't keep the dates and times in my head usually, so I tend to forget these things. But in any case, by the time when you have this video uploaded and watchable for you, it will be probably, I don't know, February or something. So it doesn't matter, I guess, anyway. And I don't make my videos time sensitive. I don't make any time sensitive stuff, because my general idea is that I share things which I consider good and useful, which are timeless, more or less, which are, how do you say it, like if I'm thinking about a thing, to share it with you, my friends, and if that thing is valuable today, but after 2 weeks it is not valuable anymore, then in my mind it's not valuable in the first place. No point sharing it. I want to make such videos that will that even after 50 years, if YouTube is still around, and even longer after I'm dead, somebody might still watch them and find them inspirational, useful for whatever thoughts and insights and ideas might be there, which are not bound to short time frames. That is kind of my general attitude, or my general feel about how I like to do things. Today I'm walking through the narrow streets of Cairo near my hostel, and it is actually quite, well, it is actually very center of the Cairo. It's not some out of the way place, just the small streets in the very center. I like these tuk-tuks, I like them. I don't know what is there, but I definitely like them. I don't know why. I think it's such an ingenious invention. I have been thinking a while ago about making some trip, buying one and making some trip with that. It would be a very slow trip, of course. It doesn't go further, faster than maybe 50 kilometers per hour or so. But it's fuel efficient and it's cute as I don't know what. Like this is properly cute stuff. Amazing, amazing. Yep, you feel like in India almost, although I have never been in India yet. So that's another one thing to do together with your friends, one day. Basically, I'm going to a train station now, the main big train station called Ramses. Oh, they have a train station in the name of the pharaoh. What is this? Not useful at all. And yep, I want to see what are my options to get some trains to surrounding areas and to see those. Nope, no road there. Let's go back. I have to go like locals on the place where the cars are kind of almost running you over. Not here it's okay. But whenever it's possible, I kind of try to use walkways, these how do you call it? Not towpath, it's in canal, but sidewalks. That's American English, is it? I don't care, I hope you understand anyway. I like to use them when it's possible because of the safety. Security, safety, what's the difference? I always mix up these things because in Latvian there's only one word for security and safety. It's the same. Okay, friends, I'll see what I can what I can find in the main train station in terms of trains. And I might come up with some ideas where I could go during the next days while I stay in Cairo to make some day trip to some place along the Nile or somewhere. We'll see. Now, this must be the train station itself. The Ramses train station, that big building behind there. Let's see how can we get in there. Probably some security around it, a lot of fences. We'll see, we'll see. How do you like, friends, these things? I can show you one now. You see? These things. Cool, isn't it? Colorful and painted with all kinds of scripts. Selling some local produce. Well, local? That's a big question. What do you call local, probably? Definitely it's not grown in the streets of central Cairo. But local in terms that in Egypt somewhere reasonably near. Okay, I see the entrance. And there is no security even on this entrance. Probably in the station there will be. We'll see. We'll see. But we can definitely get in here. Yeah, and I guess this could be another country where you're not allowed to film in the station and take pictures. So, we will see now what happens. I'll change my angle how I hold the phone. I know that's a bank. Where should be the entrance itself? Here it says no entry. And here it says entry, but this will be a metro line, I'm pretty sure. Now we seem to be getting somewhere. Yep, entry number 1. Let's see what happens. I couldn't find any proper timetables, but I found that, well, tourist police found me, to be exact, but they were very helpful and nice, and they helped me to find the tourist information place, and there they were very helpful. A man wrote down, but he was like searching some bunch of documents, but then he said the times are changed, it's not the same, it's not worth to take any pictures of them. And then he was looking in the phone, he was asking some other people, and basically he ended up to write me these things for times. For Luxor and Aswan it will be the long distance trains, and there are some night trains as well possible, and the prices for them in the second class. So very nice. He was very helpful, and he said for Wasta, it's a place which is closer, there should be prices in the ticket office. So it's somewhere here. Let me see. These ones don't work, unfortunately, because they should have English in them and it would be very easy. But here, okay, here are some timetables from the closest trains that should be leaving. Yeah, but there are queues and it would be a bit uneasy to waste their time on the queue. These, of course, has some error messages on them. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, these things are separate. Like each of the queues are for separate set of destinations. And it looks like, yeah, you definitely need to learn how to read Arabic to figure out which are the stations. I kind of figured out a few, but not all of them. But there was something interesting which happened. There is a free Wi-Fi here. Okay, you have to wait for 1 minute to count seconds, and it connects you only for 10 minutes, and then you have to wait again for 1 minute, counting 60 seconds to 0, and then it connects again. But it's fast. It's like a proper internet, and this is quite some surprise for me, because internet is a problem here in Egypt as far as I see. Many hostels have very slow internet, many have paid internet, paid Wi-Fi. Many hostels doesn't have any internet at all, like the one which I'm in. I got a SIM card, Egyptian SIM card, but the price isn't very good. The internet is kind of a biggest hassle for me. And I even tried one day to go to McDonald's. Like, I'm not a big fan of McDonald's, but they have free Wi-Fi, even here in Egypt. But even then, it was so slow. It worked, but it was so slow. I was trying to upload my video, the first Cyprus video, which I wanted to upload for you guys. And I had it uploaded 4% already. And while I was having my meal, and I deliberately took my time having it, it uploaded it to 5%. So 1% of that video only got uploaded by the time I was in McDonald's. So, not very best. But yeah, here it's fast. I'll come back here. It's only for 10 minutes, and then I have to wait for 1 minute again. But it's fast. I'll come back here and upload something more for you guys. I keep being amazed about the amounts of all these. I wonder how do they call them in Egypt, these minivans. In post-Soviet places they call them marshrutka. In Kenya they call them matatu. In Uganda they call them kamunye. Probably they have some name here as well for them. But this is one of the countless places where they are. And this is a very small one. I have seen so much bigger ones as well. It's amazing. This is quite amazing what they can carry on their heads. On the bikes and motorbikes, all kinds of stuff. Cool. So, I am almost back at my hostel, and let's see if I can show you where it is and how to get in there. So here, Marhaba, here is the entrance. So this place wasn't simple to find. There were no signs wherever. I thought before it was showing something. Okay guys, probably we won't be traveling with this thing today. This is 8th floor, so let's walk. There were no signs. Well, there still is no sign. And people don't speak English too much here. And it was difficult to find. And even the house number is nowhere to be found. And when I was looking, I was very happy to find a person who seemed to know the place. And she actually took me in the elevator with her own, this thing, the key for the elevator. She took me up to the 8th floor and showed the place, which also here didn't have any sign or anything. And watch your step. So, and even then, it wasn't possible to get in that hostel because nobody was answering the door for a while. Oh, watch your step again. Yep. And there are no signs. Which level are we in? Which floor? But I think I'll recognize the door, and I know the number of the flat is 31. You see here, you don't even have numbers of the flat. Marhaba. Is it this one? No. I remember that there was number 31 on the door in Arabic letters, Arabic script. Yes, that's the one. You see? 31. That is 3. And in the booking com, it wasn't written that it's number 31, so well, have fun trying to find the place. Sometimes you get these things. In some countries it's super easy. In some countries not so easy, which was the case here. What do you think, friends, about this kind of view from your balcony? And this is my own room. Can you imagine? I have my own room with furniture and everything, and balcony with fantastic morning sun. But the surroundings are quite interesting. They're unloading more stuff to that shop. But you see, they are having some, like a separate buildings on the roof. I think it's a very cool idea. If I didn't want to have an orchard, I would probably want to live on the roof as well. It's cool. Like, you are in the middle of city But if you have all the roof to yourself, and let's say one building there, it's very secluded, you have your own space. Cool. And what do you think about these half knocked down buildings? That's a bit crazy. You see these things? It's full of stuff, and down below people are walking and selling stuff. And these things, like to my European mind, they seem dangerous. But maybe it's just because I'm from Europe. Would you be willing to sell the stuff down there all day long in a good wind when you have this thing above your head? I don't know, but obviously it works here without too many issues. Or is it just the thinking that 21 million people in Cairo is already too many, so it's no big problem if it gets few less? I don't know, but in any case, you probably wouldn't like to be one of these few. What do you think, friends, about this kind of lift or elevator, whatever you call it? It doesn't have doors, and look at this. I can easily step there and get my toe cut off with a guillotine. You see that space? Is it only me, European, who thinks that it is a little bit brave? And this thing doesn't work. If I want to get down, I need to go one story lower to the 7th floor, and then I can get into the lift. Cool. These things don't let you forget to be in touch with reality, and don't dream while you use some mechanisms. Good morning, my friends. This is some unusually, unbelievably quiet morning. You see, the roads are almost empty. What's going on? No beeping and horning and honking, or what do you call this thing? Everything quiet. And it is Thursday. It's not even Friday when it's day off for Muslims. I don't know what's happening. In any case, this is my last day in Cairo, if everything goes smooth. I have spent 2 weeks in this city, 3 different hostels. Well, 1.5 day I went to Alexandria, one day I went to Wasda, so that shouldn't be counted as Cairo time probably, but if you wouldn't count that, it would be 2 weeks in Cairo. And this evening I hope to get a train ticket for night train, sleeping train to Luxor, which should be a good experience in itself, I think. I like sleeping trains, and I heard that there is one in Egypt, so we'll see how it goes. But today My plan is to do something which probably everybody thinks I should be doing on the first place, on the very first day, because that's what everybody does when they come in Cairo. Can you guess what it is?